Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and in today's video we are once again going to be looking at what is it that you need to hear today. And remember, this is a timeless video, so if you want to come back and listen to one more pile or a different pile at that, you are more than welcome to do that. Alright, of course, as always, you have three piles in front of you. So when it comes to making your choice, you can make it on the basis of the feathers, the images, or the plates. Preferably stick to one element so the choice becomes much more clearer when it comes to you. Yeah, I'll give you some time and then we start with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, these are the messages that you need to receive wherever you are when it comes to your life. Alright, let's take a look at what is coming through. Now, the most important aspect for you to remember, pile 1, is now wherever you are. You're supposed to be going in the discovery of your life purpose. See, we are all born for a unique purpose and we have to understand what that is, and then we have to consciously make sure that we are making an effort to make sure that we are succeeding at fulfilling our life purpose. So maybe something new may call you and you feel like, oh, this is how I'm going to be spending the rest of my life. This is what my legacy is going to be. So you really have to ask yourself wherever you are, what kind of legacy that you want to leave behind when you pass on. Okay, so you are on the journey of discovering your life purpose as you move ahead. Now, when it comes to your life, all right, it's important for you to have a vision as to how you want to spend your life when it comes to every area. Okay, so when it comes to your career, you have to ask yourself, what is my final goal, and you have to work towards taking mini steps towards achieving it. Same when it comes to relationships, you have to ask yourself, what kind of relationships do I envision for myself, and then go down to breaking it. So a little amount of reflection is what is important, but a fixed vision is important. So don't be like, one day you feel like I want this, you go in that direction. Second day you feel like you want that, you go in that direction. A fixed direction is what is required when it comes to your life. And remember this, the most important person in your life, pile 1, is you yourself, and it is your responsibility to build a home for yourself within yourself. See, when we build homes in another people, they easily have the power to make us homeless. Okay, so remember, the beloved in your life is you yourself, and after that it can be anybody. Okay, so please make sure you love yourself completely, you accept yourself completely, and you don't derive the love that you want, the acceptance that you want from anybody else. Be the person who gives you that acceptance and love when it comes to your life. And along with that, you also have to make sure that when it comes to your life, you have firm boundaries in place. You need to know where you end and where the other person belongs, because sometimes what happens is some people in our life don't know how to maintain boundaries and they can easily violate yours. So if you feel like somebody is disturbing your peace of mind, or they are asking for more than you can give, you place firm boundaries in place and tell them that you're not cool with certain behaviors on their end. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are a gardener of your own life and not somebody else's life. Okay, because they are responsible for their own well-being. Now, the most important thing for you is for you to trust your instinct. And it's like the wolf instinct. The wolf always knows what is right and what is wrong. So when it comes to making any choices, when it comes to having any visions, trust your instinct, because it is your instinct that will not let you go astray. And remember this, sometimes being a lone wolf is better rather than being a pack that doesn't respect you, or rather than being a pack of members who are not on the same page as you. So don't be afraid to walk alone and follow your own path is a message that you need to find in yourself as well. Now, the most important aspect for you to remember is your security. See, when it comes to a security, security is not always money. Security can be your well-being, security can be, your personal power, security can be the how you spend your time, and security can be your space as well. So in all of these areas, you have to ask yourself, are you taking care of it? How are you spending your time? Are you spending it wisely, or are you spending it idling away? When it comes to your energy too, how are you giving away your energy? When it comes to your power, how are you giving away your power? So greater amount of reflection when it comes to your personal security is what is essential for you. And remember, because it is something that you need to hear today, consciously make choices that are more aligned to what you want your life to look like. Yeah. And every single day, pile one, you're growing. Every single day, you're growing spiritually, you're growing in your life, and you're becoming a better human being. Then it is important for you to notice these subtle changes and appreciate yourself for making these changes when it comes to your life. If you look at your life 5 years down the line, and if you look at your life 5 years back, okay, these two areas give you like a huge timeline, and that timeline has to be monitored for you. So go back 5 years and see how much you've changed as an individual, and that is the way life is. And then you go 5 years in the future, and that is how the trajectory is going to be moving forward as well. So make sure every single day when you're noticing changes, you write it down so that you can monitor those changes, and then applaud yourself for the growth that you're making when it comes to your life, because you're growing and changing every single day is what is coming forth. And once again, this is almost like a repeated message, Your soul is now urging you to make a mission statement for it. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your soul to accomplish by the end of your life? Okay, so you need to have a mission statement. A mission statement can be a simple line. Okay, anything you feel like you want to make the most contribution to the world. You want to make sure, for example, you make the life of orphans easy, or you want to make sure, okay, by the end of my life I want to be a CEO of an organization. It is not about what the mission is, it is about what the mission for your own life is. And remember, a fixed vision is important, hence a mission statement is also important. And when you have a mission statement, every day you can check, are you more aligned with it, or are you moving away from it? So you'll automatically get a path towards whatever you want to achieve when it comes to your life. And one strong message for you, pile one, is you're holding on to certain illusions when it comes to life. Certain of your belief systems may not be true, or certain belief systems that you hold about your path ahead in life may not be true. So then there is a need for shattering of that illusion, and to make sure you have clarity when it comes to your life. See, what I'm seeing right now, you don't have the clarity that you seek, or you're just moving forward, going with the flow. For your life right now, the way it is proceeding, going with the flow will not work. You have to be disciplined. You have to make sure that you're aligned every single day and you're following a pathway. Okay, so breaking these illusions and having a crystal clear idea about yourself and your life path is what is important when it comes to you. One thing that you have to be very, very careful about is pride. Okay, see, self-respect is great, making sure that you're really, really proud of yourself is great, but then going into the zone of ego is not nice. Okay, pride, when you display to the world, then almost becomes like an unpleasant quality. So make sure you're really, really growing as an individual. You're making sure that you're progressing, but not to the extent that it will separate people out of your life. Pride is never good. Giving yourself a pat on the back absolutely is. Remember this, karma is not something Saturn brings into our life. Okay, he gives you result of the karma that you've already done. So every single day, the choices you make are what defines your karma. So then you have to make sure whenever you go to sleep every day, write down what good you've done, and write down what it is that you feel like you could have done better. I'm not telling you need to beat yourself up, you absolutely should not, but you have to be conscious about the way you're living. And if you feel like, okay, oh, maybe I should not have done this today, or maybe I shouldn't have spoken to this individual in this fashion today, or maybe this is a mistake that I could have avoided, automatically you will get more aligned with karma, and you will start focusing on doing more good. And if you do more good, then automatically the results will be good too. Karma is not something that happens to us. Karma is something that we choose to do every single day. It's a strong message for you to remember. And The angels are here to tell you that whatever it is that your heart wants, your heart will get. Okay, so then you have to ask your heart what it wants, and hence again, once again, you need to have a strong soul purpose when it comes to your life. And you are so strong when it comes to your mind, pile one, that you have the capacity to make sure that everything you dream of, every vision that you hold for your life, you can make it come true. But a certain amount of clarity is what is needed, and if you yourself don't know what it is that your heart desires, then automatically you will be lost. Okay, so you have to find a clear way for yourself, and then make sure that you take steps for your heart's desire to come true. One area that you have to be slightly careful of is your financial health. So every single time that money comes in, you have to pay yourself first. So please make sure you have a separate account that you don't touch. You probably don't have an ATM card too, or you don't have like net banking too, and you save money there, so that that money will sort of pile up, and it'll make sure that it will become like, you know, a future wealth aspect for you. So you have to now go into the aspect of wealth building, so that you don't have to worry so much about it in the future. But make sure, if you are prone to spending money unnecessarily or not carefully, you please make sure you're bringing back in alignment. Please monitor your finances, is what is a strong message when it comes to you. And remember, you're now entering a time that is very, very blessed. A lot of money will come in, a lot of well-being is what is coming into your life, and of course a lot of blessings are pouring in once again, which may be a reason why you're being told that please make sure you're monitoring your finances. Even if you sort of, you know, manage somebody else to do that, that will be great. But money and financial abundance is really coming into your life. And this will happen even more sure-footedly, even more rapidly once you're clear about what direction you're going into. And the most beautiful aspect is, now moving forward, you're now going to be making new friends. You're going to be coming into contact with people who are going to be more supportive of you as an individual. And these are new people, okay? I don't see this as people you already have when it comes to life. These are going to be people that you meet and you feel like you connect with, and you're like, you know, oh, where have you been all of your life, you know? That is the kind of impression that I'm getting here. Maybe you will meet these people when you're studying something, or you know, you go and attend a workshop, or you just meet at a coffee shop, you know, and you find that, you know, you're really supportive of each other, you really care about each other, and you come together as a tribe. But new people are going to be coming into your life right now, and that is going to be a blessing for your life as well. Alright, a lot of important messages are coming through right now. First of all, you have to have a mission statement when it comes to life. And second thing is, when it comes to every area of your life, you have to ask yourself, how am I secure in this place? Time, your space, your personal power, your love life. You have to ensure that you are in control of it, and of course you have to invite the divine to help you in that, but no other person should be involved when it comes to your decision making phase. You have to make sure that the command is in your own hands. And remember, sometimes it is best to be a lone wolf than have people in your life who are not more aligned to you. And I feel like, you know, maybe the people who are already a part of your life may not be your tribe, and the people who now come in may be more like you, or maybe you'll change yourself, or you'll adapt yourself in certain way that new people cannot help but find you because you belong together. Okay, so that is overall what you need to hear today. Wherever you are in your life, remember this: you have the possibility of making your dreams come to reality, but you have to be crystal clear about what those dreams are. Overall, these are the messages that you need to receive today. And as I wrap this up, I'm going to be leaving you with nothing but my best wishes and prayers. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, these are the messages that you need to receive wherever you are today. And honestly, I'm getting a feeling like these are messages from your soul. Okay, so please pay attention to what your soul is trying to tell you. Now, one thing that is really coming through very strongly is, whenever you're talking, you have to say what you mean. Sometimes what happens is, because you're very sensitive to need of other people, you sort of don't say what you want to, and you try to make the other person feel better. But remember, you have to speak your own truth, even if sometimes it is uncomfortable to other people, because you have to be honest. So remember, in every conversation you have, in any interaction you have, you're being honest. Kindness is good, but dishonesty with kindness is actually not great. Okay, so say whatever it is that you mean and don't hide your emotions from others. Interestingly, I feel like a lot needs to change when it comes to you, pile 2. Okay, it is almost has to be a rebirth for you, or a re-emergence of a person that you're supposed to be right now. Okay, so it's like you have to reinvent yourself in certain ways. The person you were and the person who is supposed to be born are, I feel, two different people right now. So I feel you're entering a new phase in your life where anything that is unaligned needs to go. You also have to ensure that your own energy levels are at an optimum. So if you are being at service of other people all the time, or if you're busy taking care of the needs of other people time, maybe it is important for you to make sure that you are realigned and you're taking care of your own energy. So one question you have to ask yourself is, how is your energy being utilized? Is it being utilized for your own well-being, for making sure that you're more aligned to your life purpose, or are you utilizing your energy so much for the world that you have nothing for yourself? Okay, everything in life, especially when it comes to energy, has to be balanced. It cannot be about others all the time, and it cannot be about you all the time as well. It has to be balanced, is the message that is coming forth. Remember this. You have to be slightly mindful when it comes to conflict as well. Don't get dragged into the drama of somebody. Sometimes what happens is, certain people just come with a certain kind of drama to them, and we just get pulled into the drama for absolutely no reason, because of their own personal, lack of peace is something that I'm getting here. So please make sure not to get involved with other people to such an extent that you get pulled into the drama. It is better that you spend time with yourself or like-minded people who are probably more peaceful, rather than somebody that you will regret at a later point of time. And the reason why this is coming through is because you're light. See, what happens is, when a person is a light being, or once a person's light shines so much brighter, then energy vampires are automatically, they come in their direction, and then they sort of take so much light out of you that you're drained. So please make sure, because you are a being of light, that you really make sure that you're not allowing people who are probably more dramatic, or people who are not peaceful in themselves, to show up when it comes to life, because they may take so much out of light for you that you'll not have enough to give yourself. Okay, you have to make sure that you're maintaining firm boundaries between yourself and another, is what is coming through. And interestingly, pile 2, when it comes to achieving your goals, you're very, 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 very close to it. Okay, so right now you have to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. You're making sure that your efforts are at an optimum, because when a person is very close to achieving their goals, if they take a foot back, then you may lose your target, and we want to hit our target, don't we, pile 2? So you're very close. Stay focused. That's the most important thing when it comes to you. Interestingly, pile 2, what is happening, you're almost preparing for a new adventure. You're almost reinventing yourself as a person, and almost going on a self-discovery once again of who you are. All right, and it may so happen, some of you may have a Saturn return, or because of a change of position of Saturn, it's like, you are like, who am I? Who am I meant to be? What is my reason for me to be on planet Earth? Okay, and you're going on this vision quest to now find what is right for you, what is aligned for your life. So go in the search of your dreams, go in search of the life that you're supposed to live, is what is going to be true for you. Yeah, you're going to be having a major breakthrough. Okay, so if there is something that you're struggling with when it comes to life, even if this is at a personal level, you're really struggling when it comes to life, the breakthrough is very, very close. Your goals are very achievable, but it'll all depend on how much you're able to strive and how much you're able to persevere. But the breakthrough is very, very close. And remember this, when it comes to your ability to listen to people, you have to make sure that you're very clear when it comes to that. Because sometimes what happens is, a person is trying to tell you something, but you misunderstand, or you misunderstand their message. So make sure whenever you listen to what the other person has to say, you're listening so that you hear their message, and you're not just listening so that you can come back with a response. Okay, you have to be a little careful about that, because misunderstanding or miscommunication may be slightly possible right now, but enjoy clear hearing. Clarity is what is important when it comes to you. And every person who comes into life, every moment that is in front of you is here to teach you something. Now, how willing you are to learn is something that you have to ask yourself, because life is teaching you very, very important lessons. Are you going to be a good student and learn? That is something that is completely based on you. So please have a beginner's mind is what I'm going to be telling you, because you're preparing for a journey. See, when an individual is preparing for a journey, a higher level journey, then hearing is very important, and sometimes that hearing can also be hearing about spiritual guides. It can be about hearing from ascended masters. Okay, so please make sure you maintain a calm mind regardless of the situation. Don't let other people affect you. People affect you a great deal. You allow them to really be a part of who you are. You have to maintain clear boundaries because you're preparing for a high-word journey. Buddha prepares. Remember, Buddha is like the most advanced being out there ever, and Buddha comes with a stillness. His mind is still. So you have to work towards stilling your own mind so you can make sure that you're changing as a human being. Then you witness that rebirth just like Buddha experienced nirvana when it comes to your own life. Okay, I feel like everything that is happening, it is happening to teach you and to majorly clear all the blocks out of your life. Okay, so you are on this journey of preparation. Now remember this, no matter what skills you have to make sure that you're polishing them regularly. If you're a student, you have to make sure everything that you're learning, you're revising, or especially if you've quit your student life a long time ago, you still go back and learn what you've always learned. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're polishing your skills every single day or at least once a week, so that you make sure that you can play the instrument well. Okay, otherwise you just get out of tune, and out of tune is never good. So polish your skills regularly. The most important thing that is going to have to be a priority for you right now is your career. And it doesn't matter what age group you belong to, even if you are 18, you're 20, you're 50, you're 60. We can all have a career for ourselves, a fresh career at that, because there have been people that I know of at age 60, they built an empire for yourself. Okay, so then getting a career or finding something that is more aligned to who you are as an individual is important. But remember, progress in career or trying to focus on career is the most important thing to you, right? Remember this. Don't live in the future and absolutely don't live in the past. The only place that you have to live in is here and now. Buddha, once again, always lives in the present moment. So mindfulness is something that is going to be important to you. If you can actually read a lot about Buddhism or the way of the Buddha or meditative practices that Buddha practiced, that will help you a great deal. But remember, it is only the present moment that you can control. You cannot control the past. You can absolutely not control the future. So if you're the kind of people who always leave things till tomorrow, stop that. Procrastination has to come to an end. If something needs to be done, it has to be done in the today. Be careful, okay? Live in the here and now. And most important, you have to remind yourself that you are not a victim. So don't blame other people for the things that are not right in your life. Instead, focus on building a life that you want for yourself. Focus on building a life that is more aligned to who you are as an individual. Remember, you have to change as an individual 180 degree. So please remember this. Whenever you are receiving the message, you are given the opportunity to recreate yourself, to make yourself into an individual who is different from who you were in the past. Okay, you have a choice. Exercise that choice. You can of course live in the past, you can focus on what is wrong, but then you're going to be robbing yourself of your own potential future. God is giving you the opportunity to have a breakthrough, to go in the quest of a life that you want. So go in the quest, become a warrior of light. Okay, because remember, you are the light. You cannot afford to succumb to darkness. Create light wherever you go, create light wherever you are. Okay, that's the most important thing that you need to listen to wherever you are today. And remember, you're very close to achieving your goal. And when you're very close to achieving your goal, obstacles come to test you. And these are tests that God sends your way to see how capable you are to live your life, to live your life purpose out fully. Yeah, overall, these are the messages that you need to receive today, wherever you are. And as always, I'm going to be leaving you with nothing but my best wishes and multiple prayers for your future. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, these are the messages that you need to receive wherever you are in your life. And these are messages almost from your soul, is what I'm getting here. So let's take a look at what your soul is here to tell you. Now, your soul is telling you, in the course of your life, you've picked up various masks. You try to fit in here, you try to fit in there, you try to make a certain person happy, you try to make a certain person happy. But your job is not to make other people happy. Your job is to live a life that the divine intends for you to live by being yourself. If the divine intended for you to be somebody that you're not, he would have created you differently. Because he's created you in a way that you're created, you're meant to live an authentic life. So don't try to please other people. Be a nice person, be a person who's kind, full of light and full of energy, and just make sure that you're living authentically just the way God wanted you to live. Now remember, you have to nurture yourself. You have to take care of yourself wherever you go. So whatever you need, you have to give yourself. Sometimes if you feel like, oh, I really don't want to do this today, it's okay. You may want to get back to something later, but make sure you're really focusing on the ebb and flow of your own life, and you're taking care of yourself, and you're taking care of your own emotions. And also remember, it is nobody else's business to take care of your emotions. It is yours. So pay attention to yourself is the most important message. And if you are not happy wherever you are, or if you feel like certain things are unaligned from your life, you can move, or you can make sure that that particular thing moves out of your life. Okay, remember, you're not a tree, you can definitely move. And of course, this is a message regarding a house as well. If you feel like a certain space is not aligned for you, or if a certain job is not aligned for you, leave. You are a conscious creator of your own destiny, and God is giving you the opportunity to choose to move or choose to stay. You cannot blame other people for your own choices, is a strong message coming through. And remember, you should not be reacting to life. Okay, you have to be choosing as to how you live your life consciously. So if you want to make any changes, if you feel like, oh, I want this to be this way, go ahead and make those changes. You have to be proactive. If you want to change your job, you have to change your job yourself. Nobody is going to come your way and be like, oh, please change your job. It's not how it works. Okay, so be proactive. You want to make a change, be an agent for that change. And choose who you are becoming. Okay, see, don't let other people dictate your life choices, or don't let other people decide who you can be. Okay, you can be whoever you want to, because God has given you the right to be whoever you are. So choose who you're becoming. Don't let society direct you, because especially the times that we live in, it's almost like everybody has an opinion when it comes to you. Okay, but what do you think about yourself? That is the only thing that matters when it comes to your life. And look at this, adjustments are required. So wherever you are in your life right now, I feel like some things need to change. Other things are beautiful, you are an amazing person, but certain adjustments during this point of time when you've received this message are required. So make these adjustments, make sure that you are okay. Okay, make sure that you're taken care of, and these adjustments are to your own liking. One thing that you have to be conscious about is your own preparation. See, if you are a farmer and you have to work in a farm all day, you have to make sure that all the instruments that you carry to your farm are sharpened, because otherwise, you can probably think about cutting a plant all day, but if your blade is not sharpened, then you're going to have to make extra effort towards it. So whenever it comes to anything, whenever it comes to an examination, your preparation has to be perfect. Whether it is your everyday life, you have to make sure that you're prepared and you yourself are on top of your game, is what is important. See, the focus is on yourself. It's not on anybody else. Okay, conscious creators of your own destiny, your control has to be in your own hands. And the most important thing is awareness. I feel like what is happening, the authentic self that lives inside you really wants to come out, and it's screaming to come out, and you have to make yourself that space, or make sure that the space around you, or the conditions are ideal for your true self to emerge and for awareness to emerge. Once again, I feel like this is a result of your spiritual practices, or this is a result of everything that you've done so far when it comes to spirituality. Because what happens is, when awareness builds up, everything that is unaligned goes out of your life, and I feel like that is a stage that you're reaching towards. Remember this: nourish your body and nourish your soul. See, once again, nourishment for the body is absolutely important. Our body is a temple, and it is the only vehicle that we have that will take us through 100, 120, depending on how long that you want to live. I pray you have a very, very long life. So remember, your body is important, what you feed is very important, but your soul is important too. And the food for the soul is connection to the divine. So you have to give yourself both. One is a connection for the divine, which is like meditation, it is chanting, getting your recharging from the divine, of course, and for your body, nourishing food. So two things you have to take care of simultaneously. And once again, I feel like the more you're aligned with yourself, the more your domestic situations will improve. See, sometimes what happens is, when a person is disconnected from themselves, a person is not sure where they are headed, automatically it results in certain clashes when it comes to people in their life. So once again, once you align to yourself, once you're taking care of yourself, once you know the control of your life is in your hands, automatically your relationships become better. Or what will happen is, the people who are not aligned when it comes to you, they go out of your life. Okay, and especially if you walk a spiritual path firmly, automatically, I'll tell you this is almost like magic. And because I've experienced that in my life, the people who are not right for you, they will be moved out by such a force that even you will be surprised as to what happened. And then people who are more your energy, people who are more nurturing of who you are as a person, come into your life. Okay, so domestic harmony will come as well as a result of your progress when it comes to your life. Now remember this: when it comes to making any commitments, you have to be very conscious about it. Okay, and I'm talking about commitments in terms of relationships, not just romantic relationships. Friendships are also relationships. Okay, make sure the only people that you have in your life are people who are equally committed to who you are. Sometimes what happens is, there are some friends who are like, they'll talk to you when they feel like they want to talk to you, and other times they'll be like, okay, bye, I want to take care of myself. Okay, that cannot be a relationship. Relationship is always based on equal amount of give and take. So please make sure any commitment you're making to an individual is an individual who's equally committed to you. Okay, because you are supposed to be growing together, right? In friendships, you are a team. In your romantic relationships, you are a team. So you also have to find contributing team members. Okay, you have to make sure that you're conscious about that. Otherwise, you'll just be connecting to somebody who is not willing to give you what you need, and you'll be unhappy. Yeah, your commitments have to be very, very conscious, is a message for you. And the reason why all of this is coming through for you is, you are now in the process of building a life for yourself. Okay, you are like a builder, you are like an architect of your own life. And since you are the architect of your own future life, you get to decide what the blueprint of your building is going to be like. Do you want to build a space out here, or should you not want to do that? So everything for you as you proceed has to be according to your own like, has to be according to the liking of your soul. So remember, the control is in nobody's hands. You have to be the conscious builder, the proactive builder, so that everything is more aligned when it comes to you. And you can use your psychic abilities, because what will happen is, as you're more nurturing of yourself, as you're more nurturing of your body and soul, and as you increase in your awareness, certain psychic abilities will automatically begin to show up. It's like your third eye will open here. I'm not saying actually a third eye will open, because that will take you in a different dimension, which we don't want to open right now. So your psychic abilities will get stronger. Okay, so that is important for you when it comes to your builder. You have to be a builder so that the psychic abilities and spiritual abilities become stronger as well. And remember, important choices are on you, and we've seen everything for you so far is an important choice. So moving forward, you at every point of time, you have to ask yourself, is this the right thing for me? Do I want to do this? And if the answer is yes, and a complete yes, say yes to it. If you feel like, oh, I'm really doubtful about it, think about it 2 times, 3 times, and only say yes to things that you're comfortable about. See, sometimes what happens is people get into a relationship with somebody's potential, and then they sort of, really make a mistake there. Don't fall in love with somebody's potential. Fall in love with the person who is standing in front of you. A potential is exactly that, a potential. But a full formed human being is exactly what you get when you see it, okay? So that is something that you have to consciously remember, and because of which I told you, you have to make sure you are in partnership only with those who are willing to show up for you equally, not potential. That is something you have to know. And even when it comes to your career, don't think about, okay, maybe this can work out. If you're sure something is going to be working out, go in that direction. You have to have sureness, sure-footedness. That is the most important aspect for you. And remember, your intentions when it comes to everything are important, but along with intentions, you have to take a step towards it. So remember, when I'm telling you certain adjustments are required, you have to think about how those adjustments should be made in your personal life. Because see, I may know you as people in my comment section, I may know you as people who are my friends, but I don't know your lives completely. Then you have to make sure that you accommodate this for your life and you take steps according to what is right for you. Yeah, but remember this, the only thing that you have to remember is you are the builder of your life. What kind of a blueprint do you want to create, and what kind of colors, images and furniture that you want to bring in your inner landscape. Okay, remember, you're done with taking masks on one after the other. Now the masks have to go, your true self has to emerge, and you have to be the conscious creator of your life who nurtures you, takes care of you, and makes sure that you are okay. It is your job to make sure that you're okay. It is nobody else's. So be the most proactive person that you know when it comes to your life. Yeah, you have to know who you're becoming. That's something that you need to understand as I wrap this up. Overall, these are the messages that you need to receive wherever you are in your life. These are messages from your soul, and that is what your soul wants you to know. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.